The cart has 6 items in it. You enter the mall for one thing. And now there are 6 things in your cart. You opened Shopee for cat food and you checked out with skincare, headphones, and a humidifier. Shopee knows you. They saw your browsing history, your likes, your checkouts. They knew what to show you. And let's be honest, it worked. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of impulse buying and how to stop spending on things that were never in your plan. Hi, I'm your friendly neighborhood finance nerd. If you're new here, I make videos that help you become financially free. Let's get into it. In the age of online shopping, impulse buying happens when your brain says YES before your wallet even thinks twice. It's a reaction, not a plan. When you buy something that was una on your grocery list, or you end up with an extra bag from the mall, you know what we mean? Impulse buying is an emotional purchase. You feel the need, want, or desire, and then you buy it right away without any forethought or planning. It's driven by momentary feelings, sudden cravings, or spontaneous desires. Think of it as an unplanned detour on your financial highway. While your long-term financial goals remain in sight, impulse buying can throw you off course. But fear not, understanding the why behind your impulse purchases can be the first step to steering back onto the path of financial success. So why do you find yourself making these unplanned stops? Let's dive into the psychology behind impulse buying. 1. The thrill of instant gratification. We live in a world where everything is almost immediately available at our fingertips. From online shopping to food delivery services, we're constantly bombarded with options to satisfy our cravings right away. This instant gratification offers a quick escape from boredom, stress, or sadness. And when you buy something you don't need, it gives you a sense of reward. This triggers the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure in the brain. Essentially, your brain gets a little high, which makes you feel good. That's why after you buy something impulsively, you might experience a temporary feeling of euphoria or satisfaction. But this feeling doesn't last long. Eventually, you might start questioning your purchase and feel a wave of regret wash over you. After the excitement fades away, you're left with a tangible item that might not bring the happiness you expected. It's like buying a lottery ticket. You dream of winning the grand prize, but the odds are stacked against you. Similarly, while impulse buying might offer a temporary thrill, it often leads to disappointment when the novelty wears off. 2. Emotional roller coaster. The aftermath. Impulse buying is much like riding an emotional roller coaster. At the peak of excitement, the dopamine rush makes you feel on top of the world. However, as the high fades, you're left at the lowest point of regret. And if you're already strapped for cash, this guilt can be overwhelming. The worst part is that unlike a typical shopping spree, where you have a rough idea of what you will get, impulse buying leaves you with a sense of mystery. You might end up with items that you don't really need, or worse, items that you don't even like. It's like ordering a dish at a restaurant without looking at the menu. You have no idea what you're getting, and chances are you might not enjoy it. Similarly, impulse buying can lead to a financial hangover. Just as you wouldn't spend all your savings on a single spin at the roulette table, you shouldn't rely on impulse buying for happiness. Instead, set aside a small amount each month for spontaneous fun. This way you undrain your bank account and still have some wiggle room for those unexpected thrills. 3. Shopping as a distraction technique. Sometimes impulse buying isn't just about the items we're purchasing. It's about the temporary distraction from life's challenges. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic. You're running late. You're stressed out. And then you spot a cute cafe. Tempted to grab a coffee, you decide to take a detour, enjoying the warmth of the beverage and the cozy ambiance for a few moments before you have to hit the road again. Life can be stressful. Deadlines, bills, and responsibilities pile up, and sometimes it can feel like you're drowning in a sea of commitments. In these moments, the allure of retail therapy can be strong. Going shopping, whether online or in person, can be a mental escape from the pressures of everyday life. When you browse through clothing racks or scroll through online stores, you're momentarily distracted from your problems. You're focused on colors, designs, and sizes instead of bills and deadlines. It's like taking a quick nap during a long journey. It doesn't solve your problems, but it offers a temporary break. However, this distraction comes at a cost. All those cute tops, trendy shoes, and fancy gadgets aren't just taking up space in your closet. They're also taking up valuable space in your budget. As you accumulate these impulse buys, you might find yourself in a tight spot when those unexpected expenses pop up. So while it's okay to take a break, it's important to find distractions that don't come with a hefty price tag. How about taking a walk in the park, reading a book, or catching up with a friend over a cup of tea instead? These activities can refresh your mind without leaving you with a pile of unwanted items and a lighter wallet. 4. The siren call of sales and discounts. Imagine this. You're re-strolling through the mall, and you spot a store with a huge sale sign hanging outside. Drawn by the promise of great deals, you step inside. There you see rows of clothes with significant discounts. You try on a few pieces, and before you know it, you've got a pile of discounted items in your dressing room. Sales and discounts are like the sirens of the retail world. They lure you in with promises of amazing bargains. And once you're aboard the sales ship, you might find yourself sailing towards a storm of impulse purchases. The thrill of the hunt, the feeling that you're getting a great deal, and the pressure of limited availability all contribute to the perfect storm of impulse buying. It's like walking into a casino and seeing a slot machine with a flashing jackpot sign. The lure of the potential big win is hard to resist, but just like in a casino, the odds are often stacked against you. Before you know it, you've spent a significant amount of money chasing these elusive savings. And even if you do manage to score some real bargains, you might be left with items you don't actually need, or worse, items that don't fit or serve any real purpose in your life. The key is to be aware of the sales tactics employed by retailers. Many stores intentionally schedule sales events to coincide with periods when people have more disposable income, such as weekends or holidays. They also use phrases like buy one, get one, or 50% off to create a sense of urgency. By understanding these strategies, you can better resist the temptation to impulsively buy items just because they're on sale. No. 5. Peer pressure and social comparison. Have you ever felt pressured to keep up with the latest fashion trends or buy the newest gadget just because everyone else seems to have it? Welcome to the club. We've all been a victim of peer pressure at some point in our lives, and believe it or not, it's a major contributor to impulse buying behavior. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your possessions with those around you, and when you feel like you're falling behind, the urge to buy the latest item can be overwhelming. It's like being at a party where everyone's talking about the hottest new movie. If you haven't seen it, you might feel compelled to watch it just to have something to contribute to the conversation. Similarly, if all your friends are raving about a new restaurant, you might feel pressure to go even if you're perfectly happy with your current dining choices. In the same way, social comparison plays a significant role in impulse buying. You might see your friends posting pictures of their new gadgets, stylish outfits, or fancy vacations, and feel a sense of envy or inadequacy. This can trigger an impulse buying spree as you try to emulate their lifestyle or feel like you're keeping up. However, it's essential to remember that social media often presents a distorted reality. People tend to showcase their best moments in material possessions, which can give a false impression of their actual lives. Don't let the desire to keep up with the Joneses derail your financial stability. Recognize that true happiness and fulfillment come from within and are dependent on the latest gadgets or the size of your social media following. Impulse buying isn't a sign of weakness. It is a testament to how our brains are wired to seek immediate pleasure and navigate life. Complexities. It's not about pointing fingers or assigning blame. It's about understanding, empathizing, and guiding each other towards making more informed decisions. By unraveling the psychology behind impulse buying, we empower ourselves to take control of our finances and pave the way for a more secure future. Remember, every step, no matter how small, counts. Break the cycle of impulse buying and start building a future that reflects your aspirations and dreams. You don't have to give up joy. You just have to plan it, piece by piece. You win back control. Follow MoneyBuilt PH for more resets and smarter money habits. Download our Impulse Control Budget Tracker to start today. See you next time.